Hello, I shouldn't have left you without some type of video. I haven't been traveling much. It's been cold, pandemic's been bad. But today I'm taking a bicycle ride to Albany, just 12 miles that way. Should be a pretty simple ride. So this is the highway, it continues east. It's really loud, really dangerous. Over here we have Riverside Drive. This is the back road. This is the road I'm going to take. And here we have an Alameda. So here we have the Orleans Chapel. There's a sign on the side that says that. I was going to say this was an old unused building, but it has another sign that says Sunday School 1030, so it might still be in use. And over there we have a cemetery. So I think at one point this was one of the centers of the community of Orleans, and now it's just kind of sitting here in a suburban neighborhood, ex-urban neighborhood. Here we are in the area of Riverside. There's the Riverside Community Hall. Call for information on how to rent. There's the road to Albany, going around and then looking this way, excuse the glare. There's the Riverside School. Not sure if that's a public school or a private school, religious or not. Then over there we have more of the area of Riverside. A question I ask sometimes is, what's the difference between a rural and a suburban area? This area looks kind of rural in many ways. We have fields, barns. A while back I passed a sheep ranch. But also the houses here, if you can see, they're clustered together in a way that my short definition is you can hear your neighbor's smoke alarm. To me that's still pretty suburban because you're within reach of other people very easily. So I would call this a mixture of suburban and rural, maybe kind of ex-urban, whatever label you want to put on it. But there's no center of the community. Well, there's a community hall, but there's no commercial center of this community. There's no services. There's not a neighborhood store or restaurant that people go to. The people here are all going to go into Albany or maybe Corvallis to shop. So it's kind of a community. It's kind of a little suburban cluster, kind of also a rural area. Just a matter of definitions. I have to admit I don't know how far a smoke alarm carries, so I don't know if people in houses like these could actually hear each other's smoke alarms. Point is that they're pretty much next to each other. You know, you pretty much have your neighbors within eyesight and earshot. So even though we have some fields, I'd still consider this pretty much a suburban neighborhood. This is the Calapooya River, named after the Calapooya people. It runs parallel to the Willamette River for a couple of dozen miles north to south. The continental divide, such as it is between them, is, you know, I don't know, 10 or 20 feet tall, but for some reason they don't join before here. It joins the Willamette just a little bit over that way, right where Albany is. So this is Albany. At a different time I would stay and look around, but since there's a pandemic going on, there's really nowhere I can go inside of. Also, December, days are pretty short. I have about 2 hours left of daylight. Over to the left, we have a Department of Energy facility. They are not making nuclear weapons or psychic wastes there. I think they make pottery. So imagine Stranger Things, but like Pottery Barn. This is Hazelwood Park. I stopped by thinking it might be a nice place to explore, and it was. But it's basically just this oak grove here between two substations. And over that way, there is a way down to the river, but it's all private property, and it's full of these transmission towers and stuff, so it's not an idyllic pastoral wonderland. This is my last stop on my Albany adventure today, and I'm going to drink some Gatorade and turn around and go towards home.